Well, hi, MS8114. How are you? It's just you and me, baby. All right, let's go. Well, you did get the memo. You got it. I'm glad. I'm very happy about that. At least you got it. So that's good. Yeah. Hey, well, we can talk about whatever you want. All right, here we go. Arrgh. How are you? How's your weekend going today? Are you having a good weekend here? Tell me about yourself. Do you like dogs or cats, or do you like them equally both? Tell me about yourself. Or do you not like dogs and cats? Or you prefer like birds or reptile? Maybe you're one of those people. I don't know. Whoa. Well, tell me about your day. What's going on here? What's going on? Now that you said that, what's happening here? Oh, Snowpiercer. Now, come on, Snowpiercer. Well, you need some. I think I gotta send you a special shipment of Tibetan snow here. Well, you're Snowpiercer. I gotta wake you up somehow. Yeah, no, cats. Okay, that would be. Yeah, cats are my favorite too, of course. Yeah, well, even though I haven't had one in probably like 70 years, but that's all right. I'm Tyrone, All right. Yeah. Well, what's going on there, Miss? What's going on here? Talk to Tyrone. Tyrone loves you. Oh, you have a doggy? Okay, that's good. She has an Instagram account? Oh, that's nice. It's not a golden doodle, is it? Oh, Emma, hey, it's not a golden doodle, is it? Oh, my God. Well, it might be a golden doodle. It might be a golden doodle, I'm just saying. All right. Yeah. Well, you got the theme of the video. What's wrong? Hey, talk to me. No gatos. Well, Tyrone, let me take over here for a minute. Snowpiercer, that's a great question. Well, there are sort of, how do I put this, Snowpiercer? It's not like a 1-to-1 ratio, like you think of gatos, like in your realm, and, well, they're sort of like gatos, like that, but, they're more like, oh my God, I don't even know how to describe them up here. Well, they're very fat. They're like faster and like they're shadowy and shit. And like they're gatos. Okay, they're gatos. But like you'll never catch them. You'll never catch them. Like and like they'll hang out with you and shit. But like they're very stubborn. Like, oh my God, like you think gatos down there are stubborn? They're like 100 times, 1,000, much more stubborn up here than they are. So it's not a 1-to-1, Well, maybe sometimes they do hang out the Rainbow Bridge. There's a lot of fish under the Rainbow Bridge. So yeah, that's true. I probably should have mentioned that before. You're right, Snowpiercer. I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget things, okay? Give me a break. Okay, I'm only 6 years old. Snowpiercer. Why did you do it to MD? I'm only 6 years old. Go. MD, that's how you get out of everything. You know that? You cry that you're 6 years old. You cry, and then you get off the hook. Okay, the Snowpiercer is asking you the question here. Why didn't you mention cats under the fucking Rainbow Bridge here? Now, there's cats at the Rainbow Bridge. There's a lot of fish under there, a lot of trout, a lot of bass and trout under there, by the way. You're just saying. You can't fish there. Actually, that would be a really good fishing spot, actually. Look, imagine you could fish under the Rainbow Bridge. Holy, that would be some good fishing there. If you like to fish, I'm just saying. Oh my God. The greatest live ever. All right, here we go. Well, I'm serious, Masternature. Look, if you could fish under the Rainbow Bridge, Oh my God, you be eating for the rest of your natural God-given spirit earthly life. Okay, but you can't. It's forbidden, Snowpiercer. You cannot fish under the Rainbow Bridge. Now, don't even try it. I know we're Tibet now. Now I got to take you to Tibet. I know that, but I'm just saying, we can't fish under the Rainbow Bridge, baby. Even though we should try. You try that, and guess what happened to you? You know that smiley hop I've been talking about forever? Well, he ain't so smiley if you try that shit. Oh, no. He get really not smiley at all. Oh, his smile, oh, yeah, it turns real quick, okay, into a big frown. And you don't want the smiley hop frowning on you, because that causes a lot of chaos. I don't want it. I don't need it, okay? Snowpiercer, I don't need it. well, rainbow trout. Now, aren't you a sassy one, Snow? Anyway. Sorry to hear that, MS. Well, second opinion, okay? Hey, second opinion is good. That's good. That's all right. That's all right. Let's get to, how about this? We get that a second opinion first, right? We get that first before we freak out or do anything. Get that second opinion, okay? You gather that information you get from that second opinion, right? And then we start to decide what we're going to do here, okay? But prior to that, let's try not to freak out too much. I know it's hard. But you're going there for a reason, to get information, right? Right. So, logically, my love, let's not freak out about anything until you get more information, right? And we're still not going to freak out. But you're going to get more information. And then we'll put it in our computer. We'll put it in our human biological computers, right? Our brains, and then we'll decide what we're going to do here. Correct. Good. Right. Because there's no sense in worrying yourself yet. You don't need to worry yet. In fact, you don't need to worry at all. I'm just saying, you're getting a second opinion. Right, for a reason. Absolutely. For more information. So, let's not do anything at all before you get that information. Because doctors are wrong. Yes, they're wrong a lot of the time. So, that's good. Hey, the great thing is you're getting a second opinion. I think that's great. So, that's a good thing. Whatever we're talking about with your arm, sorry to hear that. That's right. So, in the meantime, you're going to engage in things, right, that make you happy or that bring your mood up. That's what you're going to do, or at least try to do, because the rest of it is not going to help you. No worrying, that's not going to help. Fretting, that's not going to help. You have a purpose and you have a reason, and you're going to this thing for those purposes and reasons. So there you go. There you go. Love you. I love you. Don't forget. Garden. Well, you're the garden for a reason, right? Right. Welcome, Mrs. John. Yes, you are. And number 2, I don't know. MD, is she number 2? Yeah, right now she is. Oh my God, she's way number 2 behind me. And yeah, I got a feeling though that if she had me in a room, like if she could see me and like actually see my face, well, that would never happen. But like she would probably want to toss me into like one of those like 200-year-old like English like ovens where they're like made out of clay and shit, and like you have to put like all kinds of weird shit in it to heat it, like hickory fucking branches and fucking newspaper and like I don't know. Mrs. John would cook me up in her fucking ceramic, her fucking clay oven. Oh my God. Yeah. You ever see a clay oven from like 1732? Oh my God, Master Nature. I don't want to roast in one of those things. Oh my God. Look, not only would they roast me, but they'd be making fucking wine at the same time, Master Nature. God. I don't want to be wine, Master Nature. Not from Mrs. John's vineyard. Not from her vineyard. Okay. All right. Sorry for the pain, love. If you got some good medicine to control that pain, take it. Trust me, take it. Take it. Just take it. Yeah, okay, moving on. Wow, that's really fascinating, Master Nature, about, well, I don't know, I brought it up. Mrs. John always stirs up my emotions and gets me all revved. She gets me revved like a motor, even though I never drove a car in my life. Oh my God, Master. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so confused between Maisie and no, I let her go. Hey, MS8114, I let Maisie go. Yes, I did. But she keeps coming back in my, I don't know. Look, I don't want any more corn people running around. That's why I got myself snipped, okay? Oh, well, did I get... Oh, my God. MD, you are worse now than I ever fucking seen you in my life. And believe me, I've been around you for forever. Listen, my God, get me out of this fucking situation. I don't want to be with these fucking people up here. These people, they are out of their mocha. I can't get away here. You know I can't. I heard that, Tyrone. You know, I'm not very fond of when you like disrespect me like that. You know that? Oh my God. Well, go ahead, take a break, asshole. Take a break, asshole. You know, you're an asshole, Master Nature. You really are. You're a hater. You're a hater, Master Nature. Hater. Oh my God. Macy. Ashley. Why did you have to drink a bog on our wedding night? Why? Our children are all fucked up. I told you not to drink because you have Down syndrome, but you didn't listen to me. Now our kids are all fucked up under a bar in Mankato. Oh my God. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. That's it. Close the door, God damn it, asshole. Yeah, I warned her. I said, Ashley, please, if you love me, Ashley, you would not drink a Borg on our wedding night. And she didn't listen to me. Nobody listens to MD. No one. Thanks for changing the subject, Mrs. John. I got a feeling we're to be hearing from her in a little bit. I got that feeling. It's a tingling sensation. You know how it is. Yeah, well, we've been communing with her for a long time now. I'm sorry to say that, but, well, we are spirit guides after all. Don't forget. Okay, all right. So, yeah, just saying. Yeah, it's very sad, but that's kind of the reality. Oh, by the way, God, hey, before this asshole gets into his topic,
I wanted to show you this. This is really cool. This is really cool. So butterfacefinders.com's coming out, right? April 1st, right? So here, I did some calculations, and I wanted to show you what I came up with. All these people on these channels, they do calculations. So I'm like, oh, okay. I should do some calculation here on butterfacefinders.com and see what I can come up with, right? So here, I'm going to show you my calculation. And Garden, please let me know in the comments below if you think my calculations are off. Okay, here we go. Here's the equation. Here we go. Ready? Excuse me. Oh yeah, math solver. Butterfacefinders.com. Okay, right. You're good. Times the garden. Right. You with me? Right. Equals world domination. Okay, that's what I came up with, and I love you, and yeah. So I do calculate myself, and I hope you like that. Yeah. You're deaf? Oh, Mrs. John, I didn't know you were deaf. I'm sorry. I'm deaf too sometimes, like really tone deaf and shit. Anyway, hope you like that. Because that is the theme of the show. Pretty much. If you listen closely. Yeah. Great album. Actually, yeah. It's one of those albums you're like, like, Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Welcome, White Rabbit. So glad you are here as well. You know what we have to do now. Yes, I love the saxophone too as well, and the piano and the keyboards. Welcome, Dame Anthus, Queen of the Mountain Garden. I have the stars, I have the mountain, I have the bees, I have wisdom, I have the artists. See, I have the equinox. Sometimes I have the blade, but he's been fickle lately. See, these are the things you need if you're going to have a world. Correct. And we call it the garden, do we not? That's what we call it. Because if you're going to do these things, like have a world, you're going to need this kind of stuff. Yes, you do. It's weird, isn't it? So, I guess my question is, why make it? I wouldn't. It's too much work. Too much work here. Why not just think it? I don't have to make it. I can just think it. Look, if I'm omnipotent and omnipresent, and I have every power in the universe, well, couldn't I just think this? And play little mind games with myself? I'd rather do that instead than to, than to have me talking to you, like here. Right? Right. Correct. I'd be in my head 24 hours a day. Right? Because I'm everything. So there's no point in having you or I. Right? There is no point. It's just me. That's it. So they say, well, that's why there's something else. Why? Because you get bored. Well, I wouldn't get bored. I'm the universe. I'm everything. Right? If I'm everything, right? Well, how would I get bored? It doesn't work. Fuck off. All right.
Fuck you. If I'm everything, well, how would I get bored? I'm everything. Everything doesn't get bored. Okay. I don't know. Unless we're playing games, unless we're just like, we're everything, but we like to play games for some reason. I don't know why that would be. If I'm everything, right? If I'm everything, right? If I'm everything ever, why would I play games? It doesn't make sense to me. I wouldn't have to do any of this. If I was everything, I would just sit. I guess I would just sit. I don't know, whatever that means. Right? I would just be, I'd be everything. Right? So, there's no point. I don't know. Weird how that shit works. Yeah. Anyway, that's something that hasn't been explained for, 15,000 years, but, yeah, that's right. No, here's what happened. Because, because we like to anthropomorphize things. That's where we screwed up. Okay. Anthropomorphic? That's right, anthropomorphic. That's right. Look that shit up in your dictionary. Anthropomorphic. Like that. Anyway, that's why we screwed up. But I do believe there's a rainbow bridge out there somewhere waiting for us to fish in. Catch that rainbow trout. That's right, rainbow trout. Rainbow trout, baby. Anyway, I don't know. Whoever everything is, they created candles. So at least we got a candle burning here. That's right. All right. I don't know. I love you. Don't forget. Psychic. Greatest psychic ever. Greatest philosopher that ever walked the earth. Besides Frank Zappa. But yeah. Anyway. Frank Zappa. The poodle bites. The poodle does bite. As you know. Especially with this case. All right, we'll get into it. Give me a break. Because I sure do need one. Will that show Give Me a Break? When was the last time you saw an episode of Give Me a Break? Remember that show, Give Me a Break? Oh, Masternature, they can't take you seriously when you get like this. They think you're playing all the time. But CB from Philly, he know you ain't playing. CB from Philly, he's serious. CB from Philly, he's serious. Yes, he is. Don't you be taking CB from Philly lightly. He'll probably blow your face off if you challenge his argument. He'll blow you away. That's right. We're talking about shotgunners here, baby. Shotgunner, baby. But you know what it's like. You know what it's like. Murphy the dog. One of the biggest themes in this case, we talked about this. This goes way back. We talked about themes in this case. One of the biggest themes in this case is a thing called whitewashing. Now, it's not the same whitewashing that you and I know from Tom Sawyer. It's not one-to-one, okay? Whitewashing is not the same from Tom Sawyer days here. No. Right? What is the original whitewashing? The original whitewashing is when I want you to do something for me, a task I don't want to do. I'm going to make it seem like you want to do the task for me. That's whitewashing. Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens. That's where it comes from. Right. But this theme of whitewashing, modern day, that runs throughout this case. That is a theme in this case that runs throughout. We talked about this before, a long time ago. And it still holds up. Murphy the dog is a great example of whitewashing. Literally and physically. Excuse me. Metaphorically and literally. Okay. Yeah. Because there's a lot of trips in the mud we can do with this. A lot. Yes, there are.
We can go into the mud greatly on this one. For sure. But. This strangeness with the dog and Humane Society calling into 911 on the same day of a quadruple homicide. It's very, what is the context? So when we have a call into non-emergency about a dog that we should have kept at the pound that's subtly missing and we don't know where it is, and we're calling police about it, right, or 911, non-emergency, right? Well, that's it. That's something we have to pay attention to here because we know a dog is involved in this case, intimately involved. So we have to pay attention to that. It's highly weird. It's weird. There shouldn't even be this call. I mean, who cares? But it was suspicious enough for this employee at the Humane Society to make a call to Moscow about it. Whoever this person was worried about it and anxious about it. Yeah. So there's something about this dog that was brought into the pound that was worrisome to at least one person. Right? So, it's weird. Yeah. So we get into the mud a little bit. We go into the mud a little bit here. If we're throwing away an animal, remember, that's Dylan. Whenever we talk about an animal, we're talking about Dylan Mortensen. That comes from her. That is her narrative. Yes, it is. Now, if you believe Hunter Johnson is involved in this crime and was a part of it, well then you don't believe that because he's already going to know. He's already part of the story because he's concocting this with them. However, what fits better here is that they don't actually know. But still, even though Hunter's, that's a stretch too, because Hunter's behavior here is also suspicious. Yeah, so that's difficult. That's a difficult one here. They all could have been involved in this narrative. It's possible. But anyway, we're throwing away an animal. That's what we're doing. Yeah. And, I'll tell you, a little tricky here, tricky. But what did I want to show you, though? I forgot. Oh, yeah, I remember. Ooh. Come on. Give me a second, I'll pull this up. Let's take a look at Murphy again. Murphy the dog. He is a key to the case. He always will be. I like watching when they bring him out of the house. He's not injured in any fashion. This dog that we're talking about. He's not injured in any fashion. He's not limping around. He has no blood on him from what we can see. Yeah.
Let me see where that is. That's right. Oh, dear. We've talked about Murphy at length, but Murphy is an aspect of this case that Moscow police cannot answer. That's why we keep talking about it. They cannot answer this question. They never could answer this question. They never have answered this question. Why is Murphy even in the house? Right. This is one of the biggest problems with Moscow, with their shenanigans. Again, you and I would have to believe that an eight-month-old puppy would lovingly and courageously and without a restraint sit on Kaylee's bed for 8 hours by himself with all the doors open in the house. You and I would have to believe that that puppy sat on that bed and didn't move for 8 hours. Sure. Okay, but that's what you'd have to believe. Because that's what Moscow told you. They have no explanation for Murphy the dog. And as we know, most dogs, I'm going with this theory because this is the best one. 8-month-old puppies that are not restrained when their owner is mutilated 3 feet from their room, they smell blood just like wolves smell blood, because dogs, as we know, their sense of smell is incredible, that this 8-month-old little puppy would not venture off Kaylee's bed at all during 8 hours. No, he stays on that bed. That is the best that Moscow Police Department came up with. And Idaho State Police. That is the best narrative that they came up with. It makes absolutely no sense at all. No. That is why, again and again and again, first of all, they can't explain Murphy. Murphy is a key to this case. Whoever was in charge of Murphy that evening is part of this part of the homicides. Moscow police knows that. They know it. Idaho knows that. State police, they know that. Yes, they're stupid, okay? But they know they don't know how to explain Murphy the dog. They don't. To this very day, they still cannot explain this. Because, why? An 8-month-old puppy with free range of the house. He's not restrained in any fashion. According to Moscow, he has free range of the house. All the doors are open to all the murder victims. But the puppy that emerges out of the house is spick and span, clean. It doesn't work like that, Moscow. Idaho. People in denial. It doesn't work like that. It never does. It never will work like that. I'm sorry, but you are way in denial, my friends. If you ever had a dog in your life, you know an 8-month-old puppy doesn't listen very well. It doesn't. And when you have no other human beings around you to correct your behavior, you're not going to sit on somebody's bed for 8 hours straight and not shit and not piss and not try to find food. Not when all the doors are open in the house. No. Absolutely not. And not only that, but your owner is dead 5 feet away from you, and you don't go check on your owner? No, not in 8 hours
We're not talking 20 minutes. We're not talking 5 minutes. We're talking 8 fucking hours. 8 hours. Not just the roommates who are involved in this crime, but they can't explain the dog's behavior either. They can't. Ken Maines, you fucking twit. Explain Murphy the dog, 8-month-old golden doodle puppy. Explain why he doesn't leave Kaylee Gonzalez's bed for 8 hours when he's not restrained and he has full access to the house, including all the bedrooms with the doors open where all the murder victims are laying dead. Explain that to me, Ken Maines, in your 560-page book. You cocksucking people. You're all cocksuckers. The old guard is dead. I just showed you why it's dead. Because nobody can explain this problem. Do it. Do it. I fucking dare you. Try to explain it to me. I dare you. Oh, but. I'm going to hear a million buts. Here, well, the dog was in trauma. The dog was in trauma, and that's why the dog didn't leave the bed for 8 hours, because the dog was traumatized. You don't know that. You don't know the dog was traumatized. Moscow police never said the dog was traumatized. I'm going by their narrative, idiots. And now we have to do a lot of stretching. Now we have to do a lot of stretching here, logically, to make things fit in our little brains. But the dog was traumatized, Master Nature. That's why he never left the bed. Even though his owner was right there next to him, dead in a pool of blood that he could smell a mile away. Not only her blood, but he could smell all the other blood in the house. Why? Because dogs' sense of smell is their greatest sense. Okay? Any dog owner knows this. They're like wolves. They smell blood a mile away. That's part of the reason why dogs are amazing. So, I don't want to fucking hear it. When you have to start stretching your little fucking story, it doesn't work. The minute you start stretching, I'm going to destroy you. And I keep destroying people. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. But Moscow and Idaho State Police, and I'm speaking to you directly right now, explain to me Murphy the dog's behavior from 4 a.m. in the morning until you guys got there at 11:59 a.m. Explain his behavior to me, because it doesn't make any sense. And you know it, and I know it, and my garden knows it. You're liars. You're corrupt. You don't know what the fuck you're doing here. This has been a sham from the very beginning, and I know it. You know it. My garden knows it. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. Explain to me, Murphy the dog, his behavior over an 8-hour time period with no restraints and access to every single room in the entire murder house. Explain to me why you didn't find Murphy the dog covered in blood, or at least not sitting on somebody's bed, okay, for 8 hours. It's not going to happen, guys. It never happened. It never happened that way. To believe otherwise, you're a fool. Moscow, you're disgusting creatures. Idaho State Police, you're disgusting creatures. You are. For trying to make people believe that an 8-month-old dog would sit in a room that's open with every other room open in the house for 8 hours and not move a muscle. It's impossible. Good night. I love you. But I am the greatest of all time, along with my garden. And Moscow still, they cannot
ever answer. They will never be able to answer that question. No. Because why? Because if they ever were to answer that question correctly, you have the wrong person. Okay? You have, well, we know who the prime is. So every logical point that flows would go to the prime, which would be Dylan Mortensen. She is the prime. Absolutely, in my opinion. That's never, of course, guard. That's never changed. So the only way to explain this Murphy the dog problem, you have to take Dylan Mortensen into consideration. She's one of the surviving roommates. There's only a certain amount of people that can be involved with Murphy the dog here. There's not many, okay? She's one of them. In fact, she's right on the top of the list. Absolutely. Oh. Anyway, yeah, if you guys ever get confused about the case like I do a lot, just think about Murphy the dog and think about how Moscow and Idaho State Police, they never had an explanation for the dog. Over 8 hours, not 5 minutes, over an 8-hour time period, they don't have an explanation for him. We are led to believe that, he was magically found sitting on Kaylee's bed, just waiting for them to show up. And, oh my God, we found a dog. Lo and behold, praise God, lo and behold, we found a dog just sitting on Kaylee Gonzalez's bed. Oh, praise Jesus, praise God, praise the corn people, okay, or maybe LDS, praise the corn people, Christchurch, Christchurch, praise the corn people, children of the corn kind of shit here, children of the fucking corn, children of the potatoes, remember that. Yeah. But anyway, that's what you're supposed to believe, though, because Moscow never clarified what was going on with Murphy the 8 hours that he was supposedly sitting on Kaylee's bed and doing nothing. Okay. Good luck. You're not going to win. Trust me. I destroy you every time. I destroy you. Go ahead, do it. I challenge everybody. Come here. Explain to me why Murphy never got off Kaylee's bed in 8 hours. Do it. Give me an explanation for that. They can't. They know it's ridiculous as well as I do, and you do. But we like to forget certain things when we're putting out our bullshit mainstream narrative. We like to forget major pieces of this puzzle that don't make any sense. We like to forget those pieces. Just like Reddit. They forget these pieces. Yeah. It doesn't work at all. It doesn't. I don't care what you say. This little puppy of 8 months old is not sitting on Kaylee's bed for 8 hours and not doing a fucking thing, but sit there and wait. That is impossible. Ask any dog owner of an 8-month-old puppy. I don't care what breed you have. Ask him. Ask her. The dog isn't going to sit there for 8 hours and do nothing. Not an 8-month-old puppy. No way. It doesn't work. Now, if the dog was 35 years old, right, and had arthritis and couldn't fucking see, well, okay. Well, then I could probably give you a pass. But that's not this dog. This dog is not that at all. This is an 8-month-old little dog. Fuck you, Ellie. Welcome, Ellie. Excuse me. Welcome, White Rabbit. Did I say this already? All right. Anyway, whitewashing. Getting back to whitewashing. Sorry, I forgot the theme. But if the Humane Society does play a role in this, okay, it actually is very interesting because a couple different scenarios here. First of all, let me start with this. You have to get the dog out of the house. It doesn't matter what you're going to do with it, okay? You can kill the dog, or you can just try to get it out of the house, whatever mechanism you want to use. So it's one or the other, right? You're either going to kill the dog and throw it away. That's the easiest way to get rid of this dog. When Dylan and her associates go through with this, okay? They know the dog is there. They know Murphy. Of course they know Murphy. So we're going to have to get rid of this dog one way or another. Either we're going to let it out and get rid of it that way, or not let it back in for 8 hours. Or, right, we're going to kill the thing and toss it away. That would be the easiest mechanism, actually. All right? It would be. Sick as it is, that would be the easiest route. You kill the dog, you get rid of it, right? Nobody knows where it goes. But, whatever. Anyway, but yet we have a dog in the house. Yet we find a dog in the house. It doesn't make any sense. So, there's only a couple things there, right? If that's the original Murphy dog that they didn't kill, okay, still, somebody would have to go and get it and put it back there. And you have to do that within a very short frame of time. You can't, look, let's say you take Murphy somewhere else, right? And you bring him back to the house, okay? Well, you only have a very short amount of time to put him on the bed before the cops come and find him there. You have a very short window to do that. I mean, really short. Maybe. Right? Maybe. If this was not a scripted all along, see, there you go. Then you run into that problem. If this already happened and then we already knew about it hours before, yeah, well, that actually becomes a little easier because that dog then is not sitting there for that much longer. Anyway, quick break. There's a lot of mud here with these ideas, because if somebody goes to the pound, right, and takes Murphy or a Murphy lookalike, takes it from the pound, well, I mean, first of all, that shouldn't be happening because that's really bizarre to begin with. That's bizarre, right? Especially on this particular day, a quadruple murder. So people fucking around with dogs who look exactly like Murphy the dog, well, that's highly suspicious. Okay. Yeah, for sure. So, but here's what I was thinking. If I'm throwing away an animal, listen to me. This is my premise. If I'm throwing away an animal, what would I do with it? What would I do with a dog? I don't know. I could do a couple things. I could pretend that the dog that I found this dog. Here's one thing I could do. I could pretend that I just found this dog that was, I don't know, it seemed like somebody threw away this dog. I found this dog somewhere, right? The dog was hurt, perhaps, or maybe not. Maybe the dog was dirty and had blood on it. And I got him out of the house, and I took him down to the Humane Society, and the story I tell them is, I just found this dog on the side of the road. I don't know. I was just driving to get some breakfast, and I found this dog, and he looked really, it looked like he had blood on him, whatever. So that's why I'm bringing him down here to you guys. And of course, the Humane Society of Palouse, they take the dog in, they give him a bath, right? They clean up his wounds. They wash, if there's any wounds at all, but they clean the blood off him. They clean his coat. That's what they do, right? So Murphy, or fake Murphy, whatever, but probably real Murphy, he gets a nice little bath down at the Palouse Humane Society. Yeah. And gee, I wonder who would do something like that.
I don't know. Who was in charge of the dog that night? Now, if you can answer that question, then you're going to answer the question of, gee, what happened to the dog at the Humane Society?
I don't know.
However, if Murphy was actually killed, well, and we see a dog coming out of the house, right? But Murphy is actually dead. Well, then there's only one other possibility. That's not the real Murphy, first of all. And somebody went down to that Humane Society and got a dog that's not Murphy, but looks very similar to Murphy, knows that that particular dog is there, by the way, knows that that dog is there, goes in, takes the dog and the paperwork without anybody noticing them doing it, by the way, right? Which is, think about it. Think about going into here's what I want you guys to do. When was the last time you were in a humane society? When you're trying to adopt an animal? It's like Fort fucking Knox. I'm serious. I mean, they have these. I mean, the last humane society that I was in when I was looking for an animal, all right? It's like Fort fucking Knox, man. It is. I mean, not only do you have to get past the front door, but you got to get past another door to actually get into the fucking areas where the animals are. And once you get into that area, you have to get into the fucking cages. Okay? We're talking Fort Knox. Somebody got into Fort Knox Humane Society where the dogs are without alerting anybody who worked there and stole a dog. Not only stole the dog, but stole the paperwork with the dog. And nobody knows who did this. Sure. Again, when was the last time you were in the Humane Society? It is like Fort fucking Knox, man. At least mine is. I mean, you got to go through several doors just to get into the fucking kennel area. It's ridiculous. But somehow, somebody sneaks in there without anybody seeing them, including the employee that calls 911, takes a dog out, unlocks the cage. Okay, there's a lot of steps involved here. Yeah. Just for one fucking dog. Weird how that is. Bullshit. 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 No way. Yeah. So, I think the Humane Society of the Palouse, I think that actually is a very, very important piece here to this whole thing. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just imagine going to a facility to try to adopt an animal. It's I'm telling you, most of the facilities that I've been to are extremely secure facilities. Why? Because we don't want 30 dogs running around biting people, so they have to be secure. Right? Yes. Oh my God. It's not that hard. Yeah, not that hard. Anyway, you know the tune. Anyway, quick break. Hope you like this. Well, they have to have locks on the cages, right? Because the dogs would get out, they run around, they don't want that. So, yeah, but they have them in these some dogs are in bigger cages, some dogs are smaller cages. But all the cages are locked. They're all locked. They're all supposed to be locked. All of them. All the cages are locked. So, again, the point is, there's a lot of steps to go through. To go into a humane society undetected, pull out a dog
from a cage and not be detected by anybody and not see anything or hear anything like the other dogs barking. Listen, if I'm going into a humane society to pull out a dog, guess what happens? All the other dogs bark. They all do. And she didn't hear that? Nobody heard the other dogs barking their asses off? Because that's what happens every time a dog is taken out of a shelter. All the other dogs bark their fucking asses off. But nobody hears that. This goddamn employee, she didn't hear any fucking dogs barking their asses off. Get the fuck out of here. You're all disgusting to me. Do you understand that, Moscow? You all disgust me, you inbred fucks. You're all disgusting to me. Yeah, you know what happens when you take a dog out of the shelter? You know what happens. All the dogs bark. Forever and ever and ever. They bark their fucking asses off. But I guess this employee didn't hear the 30 to 50 other dogs barking his fucking ass off. Moscow, you are the most disgusting, wretched creatures on the face of the earth. To try to perpetrate a farce like this. This is a farce. A farce. It's like you it's like you don't think people ever walked into an animal shelter in their life. Holy fucking piss. Gee, I wonder in a real investigation if they would have brought this person down to the station to interview them. God, I wonder in a real investigation if they would have brought this person down to the station. I would have, absolutely. Because her story doesn't make any sense either. It's all a fucking joke. That's what it is. But in a real investigation, you are going to take this Humane Society employee and you're going to take her down to the station, my friends. Because her story about somebody sneaking into the Humane Society, stealing a dog, and the paperwork doesn't make any sense. First of all, you're going to hear a million other dogs barking their fucking asses off. Right? Unless you're, I don't know, dumpster diving somewhere and you're not even near the building. That's not going to happen. This whole scenario that we hear, it's ridiculous. When did this happen? She says between 4 p.m. and now. That's not an answer. Okay? No. That's a joke too. That's not real. The more I think about that 911 bullshit from the human, this is not real either. Because, well, when did you last see the dog? Between 4 p.m. and now. Well then, if it's now, you would have seen somebody take the dog. You're an idiot. Moscow does not know how to write stories properly. They do not. And they do not know how to coach people on what to say. Because it's totally ridiculous. Ken Maines, where's your next 600-page book, you fucking lard? Yeah, like you're gonna catch the Zodiac Killer. Yeah, you and what fucking army, man? You're an idiot too. Oh my God. Welcome, CCJ, M9I. It's ridiculous. And, again, what gives it away? Because you're going to hear all the other dogs barking. And there's no mistaking the sound
of 30 dogs barking their asses off. You're gonna listen. You're gonna hear that. For sure. I mean, Christ. Man. That's probably one of the more annoying things about going to the Humane Society, right? Is that every dog's barking. Because they want to get adopted. Yeah. That's how it works, Moscow. I know you're not bright on how things logically play out, but that's how it works. You walk into a shelter, and the dogs know you're there to pick one of them out, and guess what they do? They bark their fucking asses off. Yes, they do. Same with the cats. Well, the cats don't bark, do they? Well, guess what? In Moscow, actually, the cats do bark. Why? Because they're all fucking inbreds. Okay. All right. Don't you bring the cats into this. All right. I love you. Nah, we just skin them alive in Moscow. See, because we're such nice, clean, decent people out there, we just like to skin them and look at their brains, right? And leave them on people's doorstep. Yeah, because Moscow is such a nice, clean, safe place to be. Isn't that right, Stacy Chapin? Hey, Stacy, where are you at, Stacy? Oh, hey, by the way, Stacy Chapin, your little fucking ass. Oh, by the way, get ready. Get ready, because your ass has to be in court pretty soon, doesn't it? Because you're the perpetrator of this huge lawsuit, my friend. I am the greatest of all time, and we pegged these fucking inbreds a long time ago. They're all inbreds. They're all a part of this shit. Stacy, where you at, Stacy? You're gonna have to get off your fucking ass for once and not go to Crime Con and actually be a part of your dead son's case for once in your fucking measly life, you inbred corn woman. Yeah, Stacy. Because she couldn't bother to be a part of her son's case for most of it. Right, Stacy? You cunt. Yeah. But that is Moscow and the inbred Washington Palouse. All same thing. Oh, Masternature. Yeah. Big puppies don't cry. Big puppies don't cry. All right. Oh my God. Hey, can you believe that? Oh, there's Murphy. There's Murphy. Oh my God. Moscow! Come on now. You gotta do better than that. Oh my God, disgusting. Unbelievable. Well, how do we explain Jack DeCoeur? What are we going to do with him? Well, he can't see the dog being brought to the house, so what are we going to do with him? We're going to sit him in the police car. That's what they did.
Absolutely. They sat him in that police car, and they knew they were bringing out this dog from the house, right? And why did they do that? Why did they sit Jack DeCour in that police car? Because they didn't want Jack DeCour having to act any more than he had to. Because Jack DeCour is a bad actor. And that's why they did that. Yeah. Because, why? Because they'd have to write some extra scenes that they don't know how to write. Moscow, remember, Moscow are terrible writers. They don't know how to write stories properly. Well, they're all inbred. So, there you go. And they're corrupt. Not only are they inbred, but they're corrupt. That's a bad combination. Inbred and corrupt. Dangerous. Much like that chef. Ah! Anyway, hope you like that. Well, that's the nut. That's the nuts and bolts. Inbred and corrupt. That's a bad combo. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, where are we at? All right, good. You're still here. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What did I miss? Welcome DNR 27, not Replicant 28 or 29. Welcome Terry Lynn, I love you. Yes, the dog walked. The dog looked. He put his paws up on the railing there. Where he wagged his little tail, and he went on his merry way. Okay, that's what the dog did. And they're like, Murphy. And you hear a couple of them say, oh, it's Murphy, Murphy. I'm like, okay. And then Murphy's like, oh, yeah, Jack DeCour, because he's such a bad actor, oh, yeah, he must be in the police car for no reason. Yeah, and that's exactly where we find Jack DeCour, in the police car for no reason. Yeah, Jack DeCour is sitting in the police car for no reason. People in denial? Have you ever seen a murder case in your life? No. And that includes people on Reddit. Apparently, they've never seen a quadruple murder scene in their entire life, because that's not what you're doing. You're not putting someone in your police cruiser for no fucking reason. But that's what Moscow did. Okay? Oh, yeah. And it just so happens to coincide with when they're bringing out this dog from the house. Weird how that is. Yeah. Right. Because they don't want Jack DeCour having to act any more than he already has been. Right? Because otherwise, Jack DeCour would be standing across the way with the other idiots here, right? And he'd have to react to the dog being brought out of the house. And they don't want him doing that. And so that's why they put him in that car. And that's why they get him out of the way here. That's a good way to write him out of the scene. Get it? Good. Right. Otherwise, why else are you sticking Jack DeCour in a police car? There's no reason. You could stick Dylan Mortensen in a police car. You could stick Bethany Funk in a police car. You could stick any of these idiots standing around here that are all part of this, right? You could stick any one of them in a police car. But they happen to choose Jack DeCour to stick in a police car. Why? There's no reason to stick him in a police car. If you're going to stick anybody in a police car, it would be Dylan Mortensen or Bethany Funk. You would stick one of these two people in a police car, not Jack DeCour. Jack DeCour wasn't even there, supposedly, right? He doesn't live there, right? So why are you sticking Jack DeCour in the car? He wasn't even there. Right, Moscow? You cocksucking, inbred, corrupt cocksucking bastards. Hey, go tell me that. Explain to me why you decided to stick Jack Decor in a police car, but not the surviving roommates. Okay, good luck with that. Right? Right? Greatest of all time, baby. Look, if you're going to stick anybody in your police car in this moment in time, it's going to be either Dylan or Bethany. Nobody else. Because they're the two that were supposedly in the house. Jack Decor wasn't in the house. Right? Right. He doesn't even live there. Right? Right. So why the fuck would they choose to put Jack Decor in the police cruiser? There's no reason for it. Just because he's a little fucking bitch. Okay? And Kaylee knew that, right? But anyway, still, it doesn't matter if he's a little bitch or not. He is a little bitch, but anyway. Yeah, he's a snot-nosed little fucking spoiled little cocksucking bastard. Okay? And Kaylee got sick of it. And she finally dumped his ass for the last time, and he couldn't handle it. Anyway, the point is, here's the point though. You're not sticking anybody in your police cruiser. If you're sticking anybody in a police car, it's going to be either Bethany Funk or Dylan Mortensen. Not Jack Decor at all. He's just like the rest of the idiots standing around there. They don't live there. They weren't there supposedly. But yet, Mitch Noons decides to stick Jack Decor in the police cruiser. For no reason. Mitch Noons, where are you at, my friend? Man, hey, Mitch Noons, hey, let me tell you something, buddy. Throughout your whole little body cam here, man, you are really involved in this, man. You are a major part of the show. Man, your character was elevated in this script, was it not? Not only did you not call off EMS by yourself, but you took it upon yourself to stick Jack Decor in a police car for no reason. Boy, Mitch Noons. Hey, Mitch, if you're listening to me, I got an email, Mitchy. And there's one thing I want to say to you, Mr. Mitch Noons, or whatever your name is. You are not a police officer. You're not a homicide detective. And you give every other police officer and homicide detective a bad name for what you did here. You, like the rest of your compadres, you should be shoveling shit, okay, behind real police, okay? That's where you belong, my friend, Mitch. Yeah, you had a big role in this, my friend. And believe me, it doesn't escape me or the garden what you did here. Yeah. Again, why? Because there's no reason, number one, to stick anybody in your police cruiser for no reason. Okay? Unless they're the perpetrator. Number two, Jack Decor doesn't even live there. Number three, if you're going to stick somebody in the police cruiser, it's going to be either Dylan or Bethany because they're the residents of the house and they're the survivors, supposedly. So, there you go. Okay. I gave you 3 reasons why. Hey, Mitch, explain your reasoning to me, you fucking inbred. You're an inbred just like the rest of them out there. Yeah. Corrupt inbreds following the storyline that you were told to follow. But you did a really poor job of it. Like, horribly bad. Because none of these things make any sense. Especially Murphy the dog. But anyway, we got rid of Jack Decor, though. We got rid of him by putting him in the police car so he would not have to act. When they knew they were bringing out this dog, right? They knew that. And so they knew they could not have Jack Decor standing across the street or across the way. Because, why? Again, because Jack Decor would have to act.
he would have to act in seeing his supposed dog. And they didn't want that at all because, well, you saw Jack Decor. He's not a great actor, okay? He's not like Dylan. Dylan's a little bit of better actress here. Even though she's psychotic prime, okay? She can act a little better than Jack Decor, who is completely flat. Jack Decor has no affect. He has a completely flat affect. Even in his police interview, his affect is totally flat. He has no emotion. He doesn't even ask about Kaylee. He doesn't give a shit what happened to her. There's no crying. There's no sadness. Jack Decor is completely flat emotionally. Yeah. You know what that's called, guys? A psychopath. Yeah. Like the rest of these people. Oh my God, Moscow. What have you done? What has been in your water and river systems ever since your Indians were out there? What are you doing, Coeur d'Alene? Ever since your Indian tribe settled out there, there must have been poison in the fucking water to bring up such inbred fucking monsters. Oh my God. Ridiculous. Stacy, Chapin. Oh my God. You disgusting too. The rest of you are all disgusting. Fucking ridiculous, these people. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And yeah, we have high IQs, okay? And because of that, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. There's no explanation for these things. Moscow's never given it. Idaho State's never given it. How about this? Hey, how about this fucking turkey? Did this turkey ever give it an explanation? Look at this fucking guy. Chief Fry. Hello, Chief Fry. You inbred fucking potato again.
Accounts of all the different victims, and we understand that one may have had an account linked to her Instagram account. Have you looked into those accounts? Have you seen any sort of threats made to any of the individuals?
So we are looking at all. We got, like I said, the Federal Bureau of Investigation helping us. We got our detectives, our forensic detectives, looking into that. We're trying to pull this whole picture. We're looking at everything that we can look at, social media, etc. So to answer your question, yes, we are.
Were the victims all found in one part of the house?
I'm not going to divulge that either. That's part of our investigation. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and close this off. If you have any questions for the university, we'll open that up at this point in time.
Okay, bye. Oh, ads. Sorry, guys. All right, ads.
TurboTax locations are now open in your neighborhood.
Chief Fry, where are you at? I hope you're dead under that fucking root cellar, along with the rest of these people. That's where you belong for perpetrating this. You're corrupt. You're disgusting. You give real police departments bad. Look at this fucking schmuck. Look at this schmuck. He can't even contain his fucking smile. You schmuck. You cock. Scott Green. Fuck you.
Okay, well.
You got a bulbous head like the rest of them.
What is the university doing to make their students feel safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, great question. This time I think I'll turn this over to Blaine, who's been dealing directly with the students and dealing with those that truly still feel unsafe despite some of the assurances and things that we're doing.
Okay, where's Blaine? Hey, Blaine.
Absolutely. A question of safety is on everyone's mind right now. We have increased campus safety patrols.
Look.
Our executive director of campus.
Hey, spot the difference. How about this? Spot the tune. I mean, what do these people all have in common? Shall we review? Okay.
Hey, where's my pen? Where's my pen? Hey, I gotta get my... Hey, bulbous head, right? Bulbous head. Bulbous head. Bulbous head. Bulbous fucking head. They all have the same fucking heads.
Hey, guess what? That's what happens when you all drink the same water from the pollute. Look at these people. Oh my God. Look at this. They all have the same head. I mean, he's a midget. He's a midget. Chief Fry's a midget. Just like Brett Payne, he's a midget. Okay? But look, if he was as tall as these people, he'd have the same fucking head. He looks a little more decrepit because he's smaller. He's a midget. Okay? This is the police chief, guys. This is the chief. Oh my God, Mosca. I mean, what kind of charade here are we? This is 3 years ago, but it's still ridiculous. I mean, this is ridiculous to me. Oh my. Well, anyway. Hey, Dylan, where you at, Dylan? Hey, is your GoFundMe still fucking frozen? I hope so. You know what I think of you. But I love you, Dylan. I love you. You are my queen, Dylan. Hey, don't listen to Master Nature. He doesn't know anything. I love you. I'm Stanley, of course. I love you. Don't listen to haters. I know you. You and I are simpatico here. Listen, Dylan. Listen, Dylan. You and I are simpatico. We are one, baby. You just gotta split your GoFundMe with me. But look, we can go to Mexico. Look, I'll take you back to Cabo. Okay, I'll take you to Nicaragua. Okay, and wherever you want to go, we can do whatever you want, and we can destroy things. Okay, I love you, Dylan. Dylan, I love you. Okay, you are my beating heart. Okay, you are the same as me. Okay, you have the same face that I do, actually. That's the face that I have with you. Dylan. My prime. Always the prime. I know, but I love a Master Nature. And I'll cut your fucking throat if you said anything else about it. Well, obviously you missed my video, Stanley. Fuck off, Master Nature. I'm gonna fucking... Remember, when you fucking dream... Oh, you know what I'm gonna do to you. All right, don't you fucking cross the line here. I still got Bulbous Head Blaine to deal with here. Bulbous Head Blaine. Oh my God. Who's this guy? I don't know. I never heard of him again. Fucking weird. Fucking. Oh my God, guys. I mean, what do you do? All right. Well, bulbous heads. That's. But let's go to the sea. I know. But we have to go to the sea, guys. You like that? All right. Where are we at? Sorry, Shenzhou. Who are you? All right, yeah, sorry. Shenzhou. Feng Shui. Sorry, Feng Shui. All right. Feng Shui. Oh, yeah, sorry. Speaking of Feng Shui, hang on, guys. There's something I have to show you. Speaking of Feng Shui, sorry, I had to add this. I didn't show you this before. Oh, yeah. Well, you already know about this, right? Hey, you already know about this one. This one's called Fake Friends, right? Hey, we already know about that, don't we? Absolutely. Yeah. That's the case. Yeah. Keeping you a secret. Made a promise. And now I hate your guts. And I rounded up the posse, including Dylan Mortensen and Goodnight Irene. I called my father. I called my mother. And I told her, I think I had a nervous breakdown. I think I had some sort of nervous breakdown here in my family. Yeah. I'm not sure what's real or not. That's Dylan Mortensen. She even says that in her interviews. It's not a stretch at all. She even tells you that. So anyway, I call up my family. I say, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm really having I'm having a breakdown. Right? I don't know. I may have fucking hurt somebody. I don't know. And her family springs in action. They contact the university first. They contact people they know. Nobody calls the police yet. The police are not aware of anything going on here yet. Not until the family members spring into action. That's what happens here. That's why the rest of the narrative doesn't make any sense. From this point forward, once the family knows what's going on, that there's something bad going on with my daughter, she's involved in something here, Dylan, that's when all this starts going off the rails. That's when the narrative starts falling apart. That's why Moscow can't explain these things. They can't explain why Dylan survived. They can't explain her story. They can't explain the 8-hour time delay. They can't explain why she's totally psychotic in her interview on 11/17. Right? Right. So, the minute that calls started going out to the family members, this is when the true case started. This is when it really started. Here. Yeah. After this point, the narrative that Moscow tried to create, along with Idaho State, this is where it all falls apart. Yeah. It does. The press knew that. That's why I showed you this, right? We already know this, but that's why the press here in this conference, they are already aware that there was something not right about this. Even they knew that right away. We're talking a day after the murders here, or whatever. 2 days, maybe. Yeah. So they already knew that something wasn't right in Denmark here. There's a foul stench in Denmark. Absolutely. They knew it. And these bulbous creations, they are so pathetic in how they are trying to talk about this in this news. This is disgusting to me. You can put somebody in a beard, but listen, let me tell you what. We know people like Evil Santa and this fucking character is going to come on, Blaine. We know just because they have white beards doesn't mean that they are not inbred fucking idiots. Well, that's the reason why they grow beards, actually, is to hide their inbred features. Is that harsh? Yes, that's harsh, but that's why they do that. It's to cover their faces because they know they're inbreds. If this Blaine character, welcome Dame Deb, Queen of the Bees. If this Blaine character didn't have this beard, well, guess what? He's going to look like the rest of the bulbous creations in that room. Yeah. Same with Bill Thompson, by the way. If Bill Thompson didn't try to walk around looking like Santa Claus, he would look like all the other people in this room. Because they're all inbred. They all come from the same inbredness here. That's why they do that. That's why they grow their beards and things like that. Because they don't want to look like everybody else. They all come from the same genetic strain here. From the Palouse. Is that harsh? Yes. But is that true? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay? Why is that important? Because, first of all, they're idiots. Well, mentally, they're going to be deficient, which they are. And you can't have people like this supposedly in charge of a quadruple murder case. You can't have that. Not with this. as we've seen. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like giving somebody who has a 30 IQ a stick of dynamite and saying and giving them a matchbook and saying, "Here, have fun." Okay, all right. That's exactly what that is. Yeah, no, Master Nature, that's not a fair. That's not fair, Master Nature. That's not fair. It's not fair, MD. No, it's not fair. Yeah, did your parents ever give you a stick of dynamite to play with? Actually, now that you mentioned it, well, maybe you should take a smoke break first, and, I'll explain to the garden, well, I'll answer your question, alright, asshole? So the question is, did my parents ever give me a stick of dynamite to play with? And, yes, I have an answer for that, my garden, and, it may shock and surprise you, okay? Just hang loose, okay, baby? Hang loose, baby, alright, I love you. Alright, well, I want to hear it then, MD, when I come back from a smoke break. I want to hear it. Yeah, I don't think your parents ever gave you dynamite to play with, did they? Master Nature, go take your fucking smoke break. I swear to God, okay? I'm gonna go Mrs. John on your ass, and I'm gonna whip... listen, don't make me bring out the Iron Maiden, okay? I don't want to bring out the Iron Maiden on your ass, but I will. Mrs. John, Mrs. John, help me bring out the Iron Maiden on this asshole, please. Please, Mrs. John. Get it from the Tower of London. I know it's up there somewhere. Oh, God. You one of the best, you got the best. Hey, butterfacefinders.com. April 1st, $59.95 a month. You'll get to find your true love, okay, in the Tower of London. All right, baby. Well, if you're from Idaho, you're going to find a lot of love, okay, in the Tower of London. Okay, baby? All right, baby. I love you. Hey, listen, I'll even give you a special discount. If you're looking in the Tower of London for love, look, I'm going to cut the $59.95 in half. I'll cut it down to $29.95 a month. If you're going to be looking, now we do have a special site on it. Look, it's going to be a special feature. Look, okay, how do I explain it? So listen, when you go on butterfacefinders.com, listen, you're going to have 4 different rooms that you can choose from, okay? And one of the rooms that you can choose from to be in to find true love, it's called the Tower of London. Okay, all right. And anyway, if you choose that room, okay, I will give you a special discount right now. Yep, but you have to sign up right now. Okay, $29.95 a month. But you have to choose the room it's called the Tower of London. Okay, I know. But a lot of people are gonna find love in the Tower of London. All right. I love you. I love you. Look, it's just one. You can pick. There's 3 other rooms you could pick. You don't have to pick the Tower of London. All right. But that's where a lot of butterface people, they find true love here. In the Tower of fucking London with the Iron Maidens and stuff like that. But anyway, Mrs. John, you know what I'm talking about. And other people there, out there in the UK and Australia. And, well, you know my love. And my Canada and, well, my Arizona. You're in a different country too sometimes. Anyway, excuse me. All right. Hot like Arizona, baby. All right. No shipping and handling extra. Look, there's no shipping and handling extra. You find true love in the Tower of London. All the shipping is on butterfacefinders.com. Look, we handle all the shipping. Okay. We handle all the shipping. We want to get rid of our inventory as fast as possible. All right. Good night. I love you. I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you. Yeah. Well, yeah, we want to get rid of our inventory as fast as possible. I mean, it doesn't really have a long shelf life. And, oh my God, mess. Take a smoke break, you asshole. Oh my God. No, they moved the crown jewels from the Tower of London. They're safe somewhere under Buckingham Palace. Mrs. John, you can confirm. Yeah, they moved the crown jewels. They're now under Buckingham Palace now, I think. There's like 25 miles of tunnels underneath the Buckingham Palace. And that's where they have the crown. Mrs. John confirmed me. I may be wrong. It's been a while since I've been there. But hey, I remember I went under the tunnels in Buckingham Palace, and there was a guy down there, and he was making fish and chips. Mrs. John, what is going on over there? Mrs. John, why? Why is there somebody underneath Buckingham Palace making fish and chips? I don't understand. It must be the British way. I don't understand. Everywhere I go, people are making fish and chips, Mrs. John. Oh my God. Even under Buckingham Palace, we're talking 30 miles down. There's some guy he's dressed in like a sombrero. Look, he had a sombrero on, and he said, MD, Buenas noches, and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing down here? I'm in the catacombs, okay, and he's like, Buenas noches, MD, can I make you some fish and chips? I'm like, how did you even get down here? He said, Senor, don't worry about it. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, would you like to purchase a sombrero? I'm like, no, I don't even know. Why are you here? I'm standing amongst bones and shit. That's how much they love their fish and chips, I guess. Mrs. John, you cannot win. You will not win. I promise you. Oh, wait a minute, Mrs. John. I may have gotten confused with the Paris catacombs. I'm sorry, Mrs. John. I got confused. I'm sorry, I'm only 6 years old. Listen, I got confused by the Paris catacombs, okay? Maybe I was there. I probably wasn't. No, it wasn't the London Underground. It was Paris. I was in the catacombs. Lynn. Hey, Lynn, where you at? Hey, Dame Celestine. Look, we should get married in the catacombs underneath Paris. All right, enough. MD, thank you. Anytime, just remember discount Tower of London, and you just pick that room and you'll get a discount. Okay, there's 4 rooms. Okay, it's like escape rooms. Okay, there's no escaping them. All right. But Master Nature, we have to liquidate our stock. We have to liquidate our the people that we want to get them. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say liquidate. I meant we have to match them as soon as possible and get them off our site. All right. Hey, that's all right. Why, Master? It's a liability, MD. Well, they're just like us. All right. No, I'm serious. They can cook and shit. All right. That's probably not a good idea, but
That's right. Wait a minute, I forgot. Masternature, you have to remind me. I always forget things, and yeah, I know my helmet has like superpowers and stuff, but it doesn't go beyond the ethereal, Masternature. Mrs. John, can you believe this guy? I can't. Anyway, here we go. Before we get to Blaine Bulbous Head with a beard, Masternature, don't make me. MD, you're the one fucking doing it. I'm not doing it. Yeah, well, why? Alright, Mrs. John, here we go. Prepare yourself. I hope you got your battle armor on. This is, Butterface Battle War, round 53. I'm up 52. Listen. I'm up 52. Excuse me, this is, well, I don't know what this is. 52-1, and there's one tie, Mrs. John. One tie. You have one tie in there, too. Don't forget that.
Let's go!
Oh, my God. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, my God. Here we go, Ms. John. Yeah. Oh, my. He put the cheese in there. Okay, he spread this open. He's not talking too much. He's very quiet. Very quiet on this one. Wow, that's weird. All right. Oh, put the pepper.
Right up.
Oh, coming right up. Yeah. Here we go.
Bake it.
Oh, my. A bake you.
Oh, so good. Oh, yeah.
All right, Mrs. John, you may have won that one. That wasn't too exciting. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry, Mrs. John. You won that one. Hey, MD, you got to concede that Mrs. John won that one, right? That wasn't exciting at all. Oh my God, what are you doing? You. Yeah, Mrs. John, you got lucky on that one, and that wasn't exciting at all, actually. And I'm sorry, but now it's 52 to 2 and 1. I'm still way in the lead, Mrs. John. And anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry, but I know how I can regain my lead very quickly. And well, I'm gonna show you how that is, and yeah, like real quick, Mrs. John. And Ellie, you don't escape the Iron Maiden either, by the way. No. Anyway, all right. Just don't eat any lead paint on the way here. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh, this is a totally different. I've never seen this one, guys. Okay, here we go. Man, I'll tell you what. She made a lot of these, I guess. At least like 4. Here we go. Hey, well, you know.
Mentally retarded children and adults in our country. Most of them have much the same hopes and needs as you and I. They just learn more slowly than we. But they can learn with help.
Hey, it's Dylan.
Support the work of your local association of the National Association for Retarded Children. Thank you.
Hey, Barbara's gonna get you every time.
All right. I love you. Memories all alone in the moonlight. All right now. Oh my God. Masternature, she wasn't in Cats, asshole. And oh my God, I can't believe you're bringing Cats into this. Hey, T.S. Eliot, don't listen. T.S. Eliot, don't listen. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Anyway. Oh dear. All right, loves.
Thank you for putting up with my manic bullshit.
We will get to Blaine. Should we do this first? Yes, we should get to Blaine. Yeah, I guess we have to. Okay, not my favorite, but whatever. Here we are. Here's Blaine.
Thank you for the question. A question of safety is on everyone's mind right now. We have increased campus safety patrols. Our executive director of campus safety and security, Jake Nichols, is out in the hallway actually here, and so I'm sure he'd be able to answer some.
Isn't that nice?
We have
Who cares?
A safety escort where students can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to arrange for a security escort to be escorted across campus.
But didn't you have that before this happened, my friend? Didn't you have security escorts
Before this happened, my friend? I don't know.
But it's a question I'd be asking.
In the day or night, it doesn't matter at any point in time. We're also providing resources to students to help them navigate through this from an emotional standpoint. We've got counseling that has been utilized both in our counseling center.
I got a name tag. It says Flo.
That if they want to leave and go home now, they absolutely can. We're going to support them in doing so.
Come down to Mel's Diner. All right.
Many students have questions about their academics and whatnot, but this is a very dynamic, fluid situation, and we want to make sure we're supporting students and their families to get through this the way that they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Washington State University is about 8 miles that way. What would you suggest that Wazoo does to make their students
Wazoo, the Grand Wazoo?
Communication and encouraging students to reach out and use.
Remember the Grand Wazoo? I am the greatest of all time. But you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to go back in time, my loves. The Grand Wazoo.
Resources. That's a fantastic.
Remember Frank Zappa. Remember, I already gave you the clues that you needed.
I talked to their Dean of Students office yesterday, and they are mobilizing their support resources. All campuses have supports in place. Students just need to make sure they're leaning in and reaching out to it. And many times students don't, but we encourage that, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Safe answers, good.
This is Hadia Thark with the Argonaut.
Hello,
this
Timmy.
Question for Scott Green or Blaine.
Scott, I'm seeing Scotty. What's the question? What happened? What happened here? What's the question?
Class, they gained.
They cut out the question. Interesting. Yeah.
Comfort from interacting and staying busy with their faculty and attending classes, labs. Some are working on their semester projects. So we've heard from them. At the same time, we want to provide the ability for any student who did not feel comfortable staying around, who did not want, who was unable to process that way, that they had that opportunity to go, and we've been helping them as well. All these absences are excused. We've asked our faculty to work with those students who chose to go, so we felt this was the best way, to respond, to give as much flexibility as we could to our students and our faculty to help manage the situation. And frankly, I think they've done a very, very good job. Thank you.
Is the university working with the parents or the families of the victims? Are you in touch with them?
They are. I'll turn that back over to Blaine. I know he's been in
Joy.
contact with the families, but he's been very close to it. And so, Blaine, you want to answer?
Mr. Blaine.
Absolutely. One of the hardest jobs I have is talking to parents of students who have died. It's the absolute worst part of my job. And so I've reached out and made contact with all the families. We've offered our support, and we're going to stay in constant contact with them. I communicated.
Who is changing the background? Now we went from a dark background to a tropical island. I'm just saying. Watch this.
Of students who have died. It's the absolute worst part of my job. And so,
dark background.
I've reached out and made contact with all the families. We've offered our support.
Tropical island. Now I know we're just changing our little computers here. Just saying.
In constant contact with them.
Dark background.
Communicated with them almost every day. We usually give it a little.
Nothing escapes us. Okay.
Time before we reach
bulbous.
out for the sheer shock of absorbing the loss of a child and what that looks like. But we're going to stay in support of them moving forward for the weeks and months to come. And
well, of course you are.
Capacity they need.
Of course you are.
I've talked to a few of them, and they've expressed some frustration with the lack of communication from investigators and from the officials.
Hey, let's go to Thailand, guys. All right. Hey, what's the context?
Has the university heard that from them? How are you working with them to help kind of close that communication gap?
Sure. I do know that Captain Barrett from the Moscow Police Department is also in constant contact with them. He reaches out to them on a regular basis. From that standpoint, I think it's safe to say everyone, the families most of all, want information, and they
Tortuga or bus.
I can't do anything but honor what their needs are and what they are.
Tortuga.
Whenever I hear a concern from the family members about what's going on, I definitely make sure I communicate that to the Moscow Police Department. They're very busy. They're working. The men and women of this department are working really hard on their behalf and on our community's behalf. But if I can be a conduit to share information, we're absolutely going to do that.
All right.
They didn't answer the question, but that's
any update on the candlelight vigil that is postponed until after the break?
I believe it's November 30th. At what time?
We're looking at 5 or 5:30. We're trying to finalize. Well, let me say. There was a candlelight vigil that was originally scheduled tonight, but because of the volume of students who have left, we want to make sure we're creating a space where they can participate. We don't want someone driving back during this time to do that. So we have rescheduled to November 30th. We haven't finalized the time. We will definitely be sharing that out to our students in our community and the larger community. We're just finalizing some details. We're going to communicate that with the families as well. It'll be on campus. We haven't figured out the location yet because we're going to be monitoring what the weather looks like. We anticipate a large amount of individuals. That being said, we also have 2 communities that are just providing beautiful support. There's a candlelight vigil in Boise tonight in honor of our lost students. And there's also a candlelight vigil tonight in Coeur d'Alene. And I say nothing but thank you and for the love and support from those communities that are supporting us. And we've seen that support come across the country and around the world for the University of Idaho and these families.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Little do they know.
President Green, could you talk a little bit about the vandal alert that involved the knife and how the university handled it and what you found in that case?
Yeah, so basically we were just responding to the information that we had from the Moscow Police Department at that time. We have an incident response team. We gathered Sunday as we were notified by the Moscow Police Department that there had been a crime committed. At the time, we weren't sure if they were students or not, and we wanted to provide help to the Moscow Police Department, and we think we were able to do that successfully to help them, identify those students and contact their relatives. So, beyond that, it was just trying to understand what the assessment was of the risk to the campus.
And what was that assessment risk?
And we relied on our
So the question here is, okay, what was that risk assessment?
subject matter experts, as you've heard. They know more than any of us about this, and
Which is what?
And then based on that, we started making decisions about
Which was what?
how to move forward this week.
Which was what?
Yeah, and so what were those decisions
Yeah.
around that initial alert?
What were those decisions?
Was the conclusion you had at that point about the level of risk?
Right. That's a great question.
Well, of course, your first, on the first vandal alert,
What? No. That's a great question, and you're not getting off the fucking hook with it. Scott Green. He's a typical salesman, this fucking bulbous creation. He's a typical salesman. But that's a great question. Yeah, okay, well, you did a risk assessment, correct? Well, what was the result?
So what were those decisions around that initial alert? What was the conclusion you had at that point about the level of risk?
What was the conclusion you had at that point about the level of risk? You have somebody who is running around with a knife who killed 4 people. You don't know who it is. So what was your level? What was your conclusion to the level of risk? Scott Green.
Well, of course, your first, on the first,
No. What was...
first vandal alert, it
Okay, now we're talking about the first vandal alert. Okay.
was high risk.
High risk. What does that mean?
We had really no information, and
And now you do?
we asked our
Now you have more information that it's not high risk anymore? It's the risk has been lowered? If that is the case, then what made you decide to lower the risk level? Moscow! Scott Green! You can't escape. Do you understand? I am Master Nature. I am Stanley. I'm the greatest thing that ever happened. So what made you lower the risk level, Scott Green?
our students to shelter in place, and
Right.
and
That's high risk.
until we got the all clear, from
And what made you get the all clear?
well, it wasn't all clear, but
It wasn't all clear. Ha-ha. Funny how that is. Ha-ha. Ha-ha.
until we got the all clear, from well, it wasn't all clear, but
Look at that smile. I want you to smile big and proud, Scott Green. Yeah, it wasn't all clear, but somehow, some reason, I'm smiling about that. Look at that face. Remember,
what is the context we're talking about. And we're smiling as we're reminiscing about the risk level here. That's what we're doing. We're smiling. Fuck you, inbreds. Steve G, remember, I told you from the very beginning, Steve G, when you started talking about Pennsylvania and the East Coast and all that, I made a promise. And I'm keeping that promise. You, Steve G, along with your fucking family and the rest of the inbreds out there, you, my friend, you're the perpetrators of this crime. It's you and your whole goddamn inbred families out there. You got Scott Green smiling when he's reminiscing about lowering the threat level at the University of Idaho. You fucking inbred Steve G. So I made a promise. The minute you started fucking going off, you fucking greaseball goon, you fucking mutt, Steve, you are a mutt. You're a mutt. Your whole fucking family, minus Kaylee, you're all mutts. You're all inbred Idaho mutts. And when you started going on your little fucking interview tirades and started saying about how people come and invade Idaho and kill people, well, guess what, Steve G? Look at your whole goddamn fucking Palouse. You're all inbreds. All of you. You don't have any emotions. You don't have any appropriate emotions to what happened here. You're all sociopaths. You have no empathy to what happened, including Scott Green, who is smiling as he's reminiscing about lowering the threat level. He's smiling in his reminiscence. That is a smile, my friends. Steve G, you're a fucking inbred mutt, just like the rest of your families out there. And your lawsuit that you're trying to perpetrate here is going to fail horribly. You greedy, inbred cocksuckers. That's all you are. And you're going to fail. Puh. That's what I think about you, Steve G, in Idaho. And guess what? That's because you perpetrated that. Because you flapped your fucking mouth in a million interviews talking about people coming out from the East Coast and coming into Moscow and murdering people. You're a fucking moron. You're an inbred, but you're a fucking Hispanic inbred. I don't know where the fuck you came from. Okay? But you're just like the rest of these fucking people. Yeah. But you, my friend, you're a little different than the regular inbreds, aren't you? Yes, you are, my friend. But you're still a criminal, my friend. Just like your whole fucking goddamn sombrero family. Conclaves, Steve G the mutt. You're the mutt. I could call you the mule too, but I'm not. You're the mutt. And people out there, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to call him the mule. I'm going to call him a mutt. He's always been the mutt. Steve Conclaves. Just like your whole entire fucking family. You're all inbred fucking dirt farmers, Stevie. And most of your family are criminals, by the way, including you. Cacti, my friend. Sagaro. Come to the cacti. Anyway, keep it a promise. Yeah. Get why? Because your daughter Kaylee deserved a hell of a lot better than you, my friend. Friendo. Bendo. Friendo. Bandido's more like it. Bandito. You get that, Steve Goncalves, don't you, Bandito? Fuck you, Bandito. You're from the Badlands of New Mexico, my lord. We everywhere. Did I? Straight from the Badlands of New Mexico, my love. Yeah. Steve Goncalves. Or whatever your name is. I don't know. Oh my God. Disgusting is what you are. Yes, you are. But I want to point us back to this smile. Yes, don't forget that smile.
You know, reduced risk where we could where students could start to.
Oh, then we got real serious again, real quick. Do you see that? I want you to see that, my garden. We got real serious real quick, didn't we?
On that initial alert, what was the conclusion you had at that point?
Watch his face.
Well, of course, your first, on the first vandal alert, it was high risk. We had really no information, and we asked our students to shelter in place, and until we got the all clear, from, well, it wasn't all clear, but reduced.
Then we get real serious real quick.
Where students could start.
Oops.
Around more freely. We had people sheltering in places like the library,
Why?
Pittman Center, and
was there a threat in the library? I don't know.
Campus, and we didn't want to keep them there all night.
No, of course not.
As soon as
we put them in a hotel room.
Moscow Police Department determined that it was safe.
Is it true, Scott Green? You put all the suspects in a hotel room for the night? Right. Isn't that true?
Yeah, vigilant. We sent the other.
And you put them in a hotel for a night, for a couple nights, so they get their story straight. Isn't that true, Scott Green? Yes. Is that standard protocol in a quadruple murder case where you put all the suspects in a hotel room? I don't know.
Referring to the earlier vandal alert involving the threatening.
Because he certainly didn't clear everybody. That's for sure. Especially Dylan Mortensen. Okay.
Happened in September.
Oh.
Yeah, you want
yeah, we're talking about that knife incident, asshole.
Vandal alert involving the threatening with the knife that happened in September.
In September, my loves, my lords, lads, and dudes, we're talking about the knife incident that happened 2 months prior to this. Oh, I got you, my friend. Oh, that incident. What did you do with that? Thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Reporter. Without that, we probably would have never known about that.
You want to respond to that?
Yeah, you want to respond to that, Blaine?
So that vandal alert, we had a group of students.
Hey, I don't think Blaine should be up there right now. Hey, Chief Fry, shouldn't you be explaining that knife attack that happened in September that we just learned about?
Walking back to,
why is he up there?
From a location off campus.
Where's Brett? Where is Chief Fry?
University. They got into, from my understanding, a verbal altercation, and he ended up flashing.
Pulling a knife out on somebody?
Knife at them. It was
flashing a knife.
Not a stabbing. It was not a stabbing attack. It
was not a stabbing. Oh, it was a threat.
That we know.
It was a threat.
Alert warning.
Hey, Blaine. Hey, you know the DoorDash guy that got beat up almost to death by your fraternities? Hey, Blaine, what did you do with that one? Okay. Hey, Blaine, are you still at the university? I hope not. You know where you should be? You should be along with the rest of these characters, shoveling shit in some field in Guatemala somewhere.
Of our campus community at that time. I don't have the specific date, but it's
Just because you have a beard and glasses doesn't make you smart, my friend.
Out there from that aspect of it. And it's my understanding that...
And you take away the glasses and the beard, and guess what? He's just another inbred, just like the rest of these people, with the same bulbous head.
The individual then later turned himself into law enforcement, and they've addressed what that happens.
And what happened? Okay. Hey, Chief Fry, where are you at?
That's a question for law enforcement.
Yeah. I don't want to answer any more law enforcement questions. Thank you. Yeah, because Moscow is such a safe place. And by the way, when we almost killed the DoorDash guy. Hey, Blaine, did you offer support? Okay, to the families?
That's a question for law enforcement. I know who he is. I know about the incident. I don't.
Do you know who he is? Good question. I know about the incident, but
know the individual.
I don't know the individual.
He did not turn it. He's not affiliated with the university.
Oh, he's not.
So,
so you know more than you're letting on. Okay,
my
great.
understanding, he turned himself into law enforcement. So
Okay.
I can't ask.
Or you're lying.
Can't answer the question of whether he's connected with this or not.
So, Chief Fry. Hey, Chief Fry, come back to the podium, Chief Fry. Hey, you know the guy who was going to stab people like 2 months ago? Where's he? Where's he, Chief Fry? Hey, Chief Fry. By the way, where is Gabriel M? Hey, Chief Fry. Hey, where's Gabriel M? You know, where's the guy who actually said he was in the house? I don't know. There he is.
This time.
Steve G. This is your police department. Look at them. I want you to take a good long look at all the inbreds here. They all have the same heads. They're all inbreds. Look at them.
Do everything we can.
Yeah. Inbred fuckers. Corn woman. I want to make some corn with you. No, I really don't. I think you made enough corn out there, enough to last a lifetime. I'm not gonna be a part of that. Maisie, I love you, but man, your inbred bloodline runs way deeper than I ever want to be a part of. I'm sorry, and we're not talking the Holy Grail here, okay? We're not talking Dan Brown, okay? I love you, but this is not Dan Brown Holy Grail shit here, okay? All right, I love you. All right, I love you. Hey, MD, thank you very much. I think we're gonna wind it up. Thank you, my love. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, pretty goddamn ridiculous though. Pretty fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, we forgot about that knife incident that happened 2 months prior to this. Oh, by the way, that's not the worst of it, right? What about little Gabriel M? Where's he? Chief Fry, your police department never investigated him, even though you got a credible witness, right, who made multiple attempts to contact your police department. Right? Okay? Blatantly quoting, and I quote, I was in their house and I could have killed all of them if I wanted to. They didn't know I was there. So Moscow Police Department and Idaho State Police, what did you do with this guy? You didn't do anything with him. You're inbred, corrupt cocksuckers working for Mr. Scott Green here. Something wicked this way comes. And you saw by that little smile on his face when he's reminiscing about the risk levels, these are the kind of people that you're dealing with. They're all sick, sociopathic, inbreds, okay, in power, and they're going to do everything in their power to cover up what they can cover up. Absolutely. And that is the truth, my loves. And you know it, and I know it. And that is for sure.
Absolutely. So let me do this. As we go,
I hope you like this. This is the Late Show, my loves.
I hope you like this. This is for,
you know who this is for. You're going to feel better very soon.
Anybody, but you know who I'm talking about. You're going to get that, listen to me. You're going to get that second opinion, and guess what?
That second opinion is going to be better than the first opinion. You understand that?
Good.
And that goes for everybody, though, too. Dealing with some sort of fucking bullshit ailment that they shouldn't have to deal with, all right? So let me do this for you, and I'm going to bring you Songs from the Wood, all right? Songs from the Wood.
The water, Ray, just before we start. Excuse me, I don't normally do it.
Let's get him a glass of water. Mrs. John, I beg you call the tune, Mrs. John.
Telltale damp patches appearing. It's all knotted up at that end. Good. This, Songs from the Wood, and the lads are going to do it. Let me bring you songs from the woods to make you feel much better than you could know. Better than you could know. Dust you down from tip to toe. Dust you down from tip to toe. Show you how the... Let me bring you love from the fields. Poppies red and roses filled with summer rain. To heal the wound and still the pain that threatens again and again. As you drag down every lover's lane. Life's long celebrations. I'll toast you all in many trees. With kitchen prose and gutter rhymes.
Come on, my loves. Remember Songs from the Wood. That's all.